Okay, so in this video I would like to show you how I will make a drivetrain, 1x9 drivetrain for an electric bike. And because it's electric, I wanted to have it as 9-speed due to the fact that the 9-speed chain and the cassette is much more stronger than 10, 11 or even 12 speed. But the problem with 9-speed is that you cannot use the Derailleur with a clutch. I mean, there are a couple of solutions out there on the market, but honestly, with the range of this cassette, which is 11 to 36, there's nothing that you can that you can use. I also wanted to make it on the cheap. So what I will show you in the video is that for this setup, I will use the SRAM shifter. This is 9-speed SRAM X5. I will use Shimano XT 10-speed Derailleur with the clutch. This is important because I want to have this 1x setup. The chain is from KMC X9. There is the Sunrace cassette 1136, and I have a narrow chainring from some Chinese manufacturer. So it's totally possible to mix it, but just using the SRAM shifter with the Shimano, Derailleur will not work. They have different radios. This is the old SRAM with the so-called ESP system, which has pull ratio of 1:1, and this is Dynasys indexing, which is also a different pull ratio. However, it will be possible to, by modifying this Derailleur, make it work together with this shifter, and my modification will be very simple to do, and it will be reversible. So I will not damage in any way the Derailleur. So you can, resign from this modification if you're not happy with it. Yeah. So let's find out how to make all those different components working together. Modification is possible because if we'll undo this bolt over here, then what we need to do, we need to actually stack up here some additional space so that this line would not go like that originally, but it have to go higher. And actually this is exactly 6 millimeters. So if we put this line 6 millimeter above this original place, then what we will achieve is almost identical 1:1 ratio, which as a result will allow us to use this shifter to operate Shimano Derailleur. So in order to make this happen, what you can do, you can easily use some kind of a spacers, which will be 6 millimeters high, or even some bolts. But I will do it in a little bit, I would say, smarter way. I will use some chunk of an aluminium block. Here I actually have something that's really nicely will fit to my setup. So I will use this piece of aluminium, and I will just attach it over here, which will allow me to make this additional space. And this is actually a little bit more than what I'm needing. It's 6.8, but that's very good, because when I will cut all those things that I don't need, then I will file a groove where this line will sit, so it will be much more reliable than if I will just use the spacer, which are they will move and it will be not so nicely looking. So yeah, then let me show you how I'm preparing this part for my Derailleur. Okay, and this is the result. This part that I've done here. This is this groove that will be used by the cable. So yeah, to replicate the same thing on the Derailleur. And just one thing to remember is that the original bolt that was used here it's short, so now you need to have a longer one. So I will use this one instead of the original one, and yeah, let's assemble this. And this is how this looks like. Okay, and this is my setup. I just made it for the testing purposes to check if the drivetrain will work fine. And here you have the rear mech with my modification. So as you can see, the cable is going not for the original groove. Yeah, so we have this 10-speed mech with 9-speed cassette and 9-speed SRAM shifter. And now let's see how this works. Yeah, so I think I'm pretty happy with the end result, especially taking into consideration the cost of such a drivetrain and the strength of the chain that we get. Plus, we need to remember that the chain line is far from perfect, but due to the electric motor in the front, we are limited to more customization about it. Yeah, so overall, I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you found it useful in your projects.